In Lamphun Province, northern Thailand, sits a 1,300-year-old stupa that locals believe holds the bones of a revered historical figure, Queen Camadevi. Her legacy carries official weight. In 1982, Thai royalty formally inaugurated a monument to honor her role in shaping the region. But when historians try to pin down the details of her life, the ancient records diverge. These discrepancies appear in every major source. Chinakan Malipakan asserts she reigned exactly 7 years. Another claims she was born in 623 and ruled 17 years. A third translation points to 633, tracing a reign spanning nearly 3 decades. Her origins are disputed. Official chronicles describe her as a royal scion of the Lavo kingdom. Local mythology claims a giant bird snatched her away at 3 months old and dropped her into the forest. To understand Queen Camadevi, we have to recognize how early Southeast Asian historians operated. They used supernatural lore to explain how a real person achieved a level of power that seemed to transcend the ordinary. According to the mythology, a hermit named Sudeva found the infant, named her Vai, and raised her deep in the forest. When she turned 13, Sudeva prophesied she would rule a great kingdom. He built a raft and sent her downriver for months until she arrived at the Lavo kingdom. The historical counter-narrative offers a grounded ascent. In this version, she grew up as a recognized member of the royal court, and after a fortune-teller predicted her future glory, the Lavo king and queen formally crowned her princess at 14. By age 20, she faced an arranged marriage to a prince from neighboring Ramburi. Because of her renowned beauty, a ruler of the Lawa people named Kunluang Wilanga also asked to marry her, but the Lavo king rejected the proposal. Enraged by this harsh rejection, Wilanga decided to start a war with the Lavo kingdom to claim Camadevi. Camadevi chose to lead the Lavo army herself. She forged alliances with neighboring kingdoms, took command of the troops, and won the war. Following the victory, she ordered a temple built on the battleground for the fallen. This act of public merit-making on the site of her triumph signaled a transition from a military commander to a sovereign ruling through religious devotion. A few years later, the hermit Sudeva reached out again. He and an ally had founded a new city-state called Hari Punjaya, but the city needed a leader to restore order. They asked Camadevi to take the throne. This map illustrates her journey. It took her 7 months to travel upriver by boat to reach Hari Punjaya, a trip she made while pregnant. While the records differ on the specifics, they agree her husband did not go with her, as he had been ordained as a monk. This left Camadevi arriving as the sole authority. She was crowned ruler around the year 659. 7 days after the coronation, she gave birth to twin boys, Mahantayot and Anantayot. By arriving alone and immediately producing 2 heirs, she secured the new dynasty and established herself as the source of order in the new kingdom. Camadevi eventually handed power to her son, Hanayos, and turned her attention to preserving Buddhism in her later years. She died in the early 8th century at the age of 89. Her son arranged a 7-day state funeral, interring her remains inside the Suan Chung Ko Chedi in Lamphun. Why were these myths of giant birds and forest hermits applied to a documented monarch who commanded armies and built states? In early Southeast Asian history, supernatural lore was the political language of legitimacy. In a patriarchal era, claiming that a female sovereign was protected by the heavens provided a divine justification for her right to lead. While the dates conflict and the myths exaggerate, her role as the strategist who secured the borders and the foundational architect of the Hari Punjaya kingdom remains the definitive starting point for the region's history.